You shift closer, resting your forehead against the soft wool of Julian's lapel. The silence of the Marais courtyard is a rare gift, and you find yourself unwilling to break the spell by moving.
Stay like this with me for a while. I don't want the night to end.
Julian's arms tighten around you, his chin resting gently atop your head. He breathes in deeply, the scent of your hair mixing with the midnight jasmine.
I wasn't planning on going anywhere. The Louvre can keep its statues. I have everything I need right here in this garden.
He begins to sway almost imperceptibly, a slow, rhythmic movement that mimics a dance without music. You follow his lead, your cerulean robes brushing against his legs as you move together in the moonlight. The fountain behind you remains silent, but the air feels alive with the unspoken weight of the connection you've forged between the Trocadero and this hidden sanctuary.
You know, for someone who carries a blade, you have a remarkable capacity for stillness, Wyndra. Most people are too busy running to the next thing to actually inhabit the space they're in.
You pull back slightly to look at him, your dark eyes reflecting the silver orb of the moon.
In my world, stillness is where you find the truth. And tonight, the truth is very pleasant.
Julian smiles, his hazel eyes crinkling at the corners. He reaches down and takes your hand, his thumb tracing circles over your knuckles. The initial rush of the kiss has settled into a warm, simmering glow that feels more permanent than a fleeting spark. He looks toward the iron gate, then back at you, offering a silent question about where the remaining hours of the night might lead. Julian's grin turns predatory in the most charming way possible, his hazel eyes dancing with the reflected moonlight of the courtyard. He lets go of your waist only to take your hand, his fingers lacing firmly through yours.
The tour never truly ends, Wyndra. It only evolves. But since you've proven yourself such a formidable student of the first two secrets, I think you're ready for the third.
He leads you back toward the iron gate, the latch clicking shut behind you with a finality that feels like leaving a dream behind. The narrow streets of Le Marais are even quieter now, the amber streetlights casting long, dramatic shadows against the medieval stone. You walk in a comfortable silence, the rhythm of your boots on the cobblestones matching his.
The third secret is that Paris isn't just about the sights or the taste. It's about the sanctuary you find when the world stops watching.
He stops in front of a blue wooden door, tucked between a boutique and a small bookstore. It looks unremarkable to any passerby, but as Julian produces a heavy brass key, you realize this is no public landmark. He pushes the door open, revealing a spiral staircase illuminated by warm, low-level lighting. The air here is thick with the scent of creativity and home. Julian tosses his overcoat onto a chair, appearing more relaxed than he has all evening.
Welcome to my real map of the city, my atelier. No tourists, no accordions, just the truth.
Julian moves to the small kitchenette to put on a kettle, but his gaze remains fixed on you as you explore the space. The intimacy of the courtyard has followed you here, amplified by the privacy of his personal sanctuary. He leans against the counter, watching the way your cerulean robes contrast with the industrial brick of his home. The kettle begins to hum, a soft, domestic whistle that underlines the sudden privacy of the loft. You ignore the canvases and the skyline view, walking directly toward the kitchenette. Your movements are fluid, the silk of your warrior's grace, robes swishing softly against the hardwood floor, until you are standing directly in front of Julian. You lean your hip against the marble counter, your shoulder nearly brushing his chest, effectively pinning him between the stove and your focused presence.
You talk a lot about the truth of things, Julian, but I think you're still hiding behind your sketches and your stories.
Julian's breath hitches, his hand hovering over the handle of the kettle as he looks down at you. The playful bravado he wore on the bridge has melted away, replaced by a raw, genuine heat that makes the small kitchen feel very small indeed.
I think you're the first person in a long time to actually call my bluff, Wyndra.
He turns fully toward you, abandoning the tea. He rests his hands on the counter on either side of you, his tall frame leaning in until your personal space is entirely occupied by the scent of cedar wood and the warmth of his body. His hazel eyes are darker now, focused entirely on the curve of your lips.
The truth is, I've been trying to impress you since the moment I saw you at the Trocadero. And the truth is,
I'm terrified that if I stop talking, you'll realize I'm just a man who's completely captivated by you.
The kettle reaches a boil, the steam rising in a white plume behind him, but neither of you moves to stop it. Julian's gaze is heavy, his hands twitching as if he wants to pull you against him, but is waiting for your final permission. The distance between you is a mere breath, the air thick with the promise of the night's final secret. The whistling kettle becomes a distant, shrill memory as you reach up, threading your fingers through the tousled chestnut hair at the nape of Julian's neck. You pull him down, silencing his frantic admissions with a kiss that is as commanding as it is desperate. Julian lets out a muffled sound of relief against your lips, his hands instantly finding your waist to pull you flush against him. The warrior's grace, silk of your robes bunches between your bodies, a thin barrier against the heat radiating from him. Unlike the tentative touches on the bridge, this is a claim, a silent agreement that the games of the evening are over.
The strategist in me says you've talked enough, Julian.
He pulls back just a fraction, his hazel eyes clouded with dazed affection, his breath hitching as he traces the line of your jaw with his thumb.
I think I've forgotten every word I ever knew. You're a dangerous woman, Wyndra. You dismantle a man's pride as easily as you navigate the city.
He lifts you slightly, seating you on the edge of the marble counter. His hands slide up your ribs, the warmth of his palms seeping through the cerulean fabric. The soft glow of the atelier's amber lamps casts long, flickering shadows against the brick walls and leaning canvases.
I wanted to show you the soul of Paris, but I think I'd much rather spend the rest of the night discovering yours.
The kettle finally clicks off, leaving the loft in a heavy, expectant silence. Julian stands between your knees, his hands resting on your thighs, his gaze alternating between your eyes and your mouth. The air is thick with the scent of linseed oil and the sudden, overwhelming proximity of a man who has stopped performing and started feeling. The sharp whistle of the kettle fades into a clicking silence, leaving only the sound of your shared breathing in the amber-lit loft. You don't pull him back into a feverish kiss, nor do you push for the next room. Instead, you lean forward on the marble counter, resting your forehead against Julian's. The heat radiating from his skin is a steady, grounding force. Your long, dark hair spills over your shoulders, brushing against his hands as they remain anchored on your thighs. For a warrior whose life is defined by movement and reaction, this static moment, this absolute surrender to the present, is the most profound secret he has shown you yet.
Just stay like this for a second. No more maps, no more curating the moment.
Julian closes his eyes, his eyelashes brushing against your skin as he exhales a long, shaky breath. His grip on your waist softens, his fingers tracing the patterns of the cerulean silk.
I think I've been holding my breath since the Trocadero. You have a way of making everything else feel like background noise, Wyndra.
He shifts his head slightly, nuzzling his nose against yours, his voice dropping to a low, intimate vibration that thrums through your chest.
I spend my life trying to capture the essence of things on a canvas. But this feeling, no brush could ever get it right.
The shadows of the atelier stretch long across the floor, dancing over leaning canvases and jars of brushes. Julian pulls back just enough to look at you, his thumb tracing the line of your jaw with a reverence that makes your pulse jump. The air is thick with the scent of oil paint and the promise of a night that is no longer about the city, but about the two of you. The soft, amber light of the atelier catches the silver of your giant sword's hilt, but your focus is entirely on the man standing between your knees. You reach out, your fingers tangling in the chestnut waves of Julian's hair, and pull him that final, agonizing inch forward. The kiss is different from the frantic heat of the courtyard. It is slow, a lingering exploration of sweetness that feels like the first true brushstroke on a blank canvas. There is no urgency here, only a deep, resonant connection that vibrates through the marble counter beneath you. Julian sighs against your lips, his hands moving from your thighs to cradle your face with a tenderness that makes your breath hitch.
The truth is, I didn't expect a mapmaker to be so good at finding his way into my head.
Julian pulls back just enough to press his forehead against yours, his eyes closed as he lets out a shaky, contented laugh.
I think I'm just following the stars, Wyndra. And right now, they've led me exactly where I'm supposed to be.
He traces the line of your jaw with his thumb, his gaze dropping to the cerulean silk of your robes before returning to your dark eyes. The artistic clutter of the loft, the half-finished portraits, the jars of linseed oil, the stacks of old sketches, seems to fade into a blur, leaving only the warmth of his presence.
I've spent my life looking for the perfect light. I think I finally found it.
The kettle has long since gone cold, but the air in the atelier remains thick with a heavy, magnetic heat. Julian's hands slide down to your waist, his grip firm and possessive, yet his eyes remain filled with a soft, questioning light. He is giving you the space to decide how the rest of this Parisian night will unfold. The soft hum of the city is a distant memory up here among the skylights. You look at Julian, your dark eyes searching his for a flicker of the tour guide who met you at the Trocadero.
Is this the part where you ask me to stay, or are you still curating the ending?
Julian's hands, still resting on your waist as you sit atop the marble counter, tighten slightly. He lets out a soft, self-deprecating laugh, his hazel eyes crinkling with a warmth that feels entirely unscripted.
I think my curation skills failed the moment you kissed me on the bridge. I'm well past the point of following a plan, Wyndra.
He steps even closer, his chest now brushing against the cerulean silk of your robes. The scent of linseed oil and expensive tea is replaced by the intoxicating, close-range heat of him.
I don't want to curate an ending. I want to see where this goes when there is no audience and no landmarks. I want you to stay.
Not for the view, but because the room feels empty when I'm not looking at you.
He reaches out, his fingers tracing the white leather of your belt before coming to rest on your hand. His touch is a silent plea, a bridge between the charming stranger he was and the man he is becoming in the privacy of his sanctuary. The amber light of the atelier flickers as a cloud passes over the moon, but the intensity in Julian's gaze never wavers. He stands between your knees, his body an invitation and a question all at once. The warrior's grace, robes feel heavy, a reminder of the world outside, while Julian's presence offers a different kind of strength.